Welcome to Core Finance. I'm joined by Matt Brown. Morning to you, Matt.
Morning, Moose.
Right, number of slides to go through. Without further ado, let's get straight into the nitty gritty. Let's kick off with market movers. Nonfarm payrolls today, Friday. Will consensus be beaten? I know there was a small miss on the ADP number this week. What are your thoughts?
Probably a strong number. We're looking for about 183. It could be nearer the 200 mark, but look for revisions on the headline numbers from previous months. But the Fed really don't care about the headline numbers anymore. They're looking at the average earnings. They want to see hourly earnings going up and they want to see unemployment rate dropping. Now look for those two figures. If we see positive numbers come out on that, that will probably help the dollar. The dollar's been completely out of favour of late, so we may see a little bit of a dollar bounce if the numbers come in better than expected.
A few words on the house builders this morning.
Yeah, it's just really hitting the tapes. Now, there's a report in the Property Week that the government may be looking at putting the Help to Buy scheme under review. Now, this is bad for the likes of Taylor Wimpey, Persimmon, Barratt Developments. They benefited from the Help to Buy scheme. The government now thinks it's not working, saying 57% of people using the scheme could actually afford a house without their help, which is good news for them. But house builders off about 5-6% on the back of this story. Look out for that. That will play out today. Could even fall further on the back of this.
Understood. FTSE 100 stocks, what's in focus this morning?
Yeah, numbers out from RBS, Royal Bank of Scotland, still 73% owned by the UK government. Look, profit there, they're making profit, 939 million against a 2 billion loss this time last year. So looking good. It's a turnaround story for RBS 10 years later, but things to look out for. They still have a Department of Justice legal case hanging over them. This could cost them a lot of money. But if they start turning profit, I think the Tory government will start to reduce that 73% stake they've got in RBS. Good numbers.
AIM market, what's your pick today?
YouGov, now this is the Pollster, political pollster, but also data consumer service company. They called the UK general election correctly, so well done them. They got a few wrong before that with Brexit referendum and Trump's, etc. But they seem to be doing well, and they're expanding in the US, so they benefited from the weaker sterling. It's a good story. Take a look at the stock.
Understood. Let's go on to currency. British pound tumbled yesterday. Cable 131.47, euro, Great British pound 90.36.
Yeah,
started. Carney?
Yeah, Mr. Cunningham, well, the Bank of England, it's basically on the outlook for the UK. The growth target is reduced slightly, inflation as well. A more dovish stance coming out from the MPC, and cable had a strong run up. So look, dropping below 132. Level dropped one big figure yesterday, and now euro sterling finally breaking through this 0.9 level. But yeah, sterling had a lot to give back. It now needs to claw back probably that 132 level. I think 134 and certainly 140, as some of our guests have been saying, seems a long way off.
Understood. In terms of broker forecasts, broker recommendations, you've chosen the JP Morgan London Stock Exchange Group PLC, neutral to neutral, slight change in a price target. What's the story here?
It's more the stock than actually the stance from JP Morgan. Now take a look at London Stock Exchange. It's been performing well over the years, and you've got issues with the Deutsche Börse tie-up that didn't happen, but it is a well-managed company. They are producing. Key highlight for them over the coming months is the Saudi Arabian Aramco deal. If they can get this deal, that's great news for London Stock Exchange. If not, maybe the price will come off, but it's a good stock. Take a look at it. It's solid, pays a dividend, and seems to be performing very well at the moment.
Understood. Let's move on to the core number. What's the number today?
Bit of Friday fun. 51.7 million. This is the winning from last week in the Euromillions. This is the jackpot, and apparently
this is the winning ticket, is it?
The winning ticket, and apparently somewhere in Europe, well, basically in the UK, there is someone sitting with this winning ticket.
And they know it's in the UK?
They know it's in the UK. They can tell by the retailers. So it's an interesting story. This will be the 68th UK winning jackpot since the inception of Euromillions. UK jackpot winners about 18% of the total of Europe, with I believe France and Portugal are about 21%. What does this mean? Will the UK still be a member of the Euromillions if we move into Brexit? And where are they putting all their money? Is it into properties? Is it into cars or investments? How would you spend your Euromillions if, well, check you've got a ticket first.
Understood. And let's wrap up with the economic calendar. We've talked about the non-farm payrolls at 1:30 today, trade balance as well. In Canada, we've got the unemployment rate and the Baker Hughes rig count this evening at 6 o'clock. Obviously, non-farm in my trading days was the number that you paid your mortgage on or not.
Yeah, indeed. And I think dollar focus, again, will be key today. Dollar's been selling off. If we have a stronger number, we could see a bit of a dollar rally. For all traders, look out for Baker Hughes and loony traders out there if you're doing it. Unemployment rate out of Canada will be interesting. But it's all about non-farm payrolls at 1:30 today.
Finally, Bank of England, walked past here yesterday. Bank of England staff on strike today. Quite interesting, suggesting that basically they deserve more than 1% pay deal the bank has given them when inflation is at 2.6%. How can the hard-working staff at the Bank of England pay their costs of living? There's a thought. Matt, thank you very much.